Attack!
Yow, what's up guys? Welcome to another edition of eXtelevision. Today we are going to be watching an ESEA-Invite game between Team Dynamic and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters are kind of like the Nest-T of the TF2 world. Nest-T, of course, a very famous and successful StarCraft player who picked his second alias by looking at his desk and seeing a bottle of Nest-T and enjoying the taste of it. He's not sponsored by the team, and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters aren't sponsored by Neversoft. They just really like to skate, or at least some of them do, and like the video game, yeah, and are, I think, decent skaters. So they're a great group of guys. They've been around for a while, finally making the transition up to Invite. On the other side, we're going to have Team Dynamic, who is the former EG team of last season. They've pretty much stayed with a similar roster. And let's break down the lineups right now. On Team Dynamic, you have Sizer and Bloodsire. Sizer has been their scout for quite a while and is very deadly, while Bloodsire is from the Auto-Aim clan and a very renowned sniper. Their soldiers are Reptile, who also has a very fabulous frag video from back in the day. He's been playing Team Fortress since Team Fortress Classic and dominating since then. So he's been around for quite a while and tears it up. Alongside him is Ducky. We'll be seeing him play some heavy in this map and switch it up a little bit, but definitely kind of a pocket role for him. CB is their medic, and Dummy is their demo man. Over on Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, Valen and Uve are their scouts, two very dangerous scouts. TLR is their pocket soldier, who is definitely got some skills behind him and a beast of a soldier. He's also going to be utilizing the battalion's backup in this game, which is going to be very interesting to watch, say the least. While we have a little bit of time before the action kicks in, I'll explain that item a little bit more. The battalion's backup is an item that charges up similar to the buff banner as you take damage. So after about 175 damage that cannot be self-inflicted, the battalion's backup can be tooted on, used, and it will provide you and your teammates with a defensive buff, negating the effects of critical hits and reducing damage by, I believe, around 35%. So alongside TLR is Dave AC as his soldier partner. Harblue, who was previously the roaming soldier for Blight Gaming, has switched into a medic role and is playing the medic for these guys. And Kalkin is their demo man. So Kalkin and Dave AC have been around for a while with Tony Hawk Pro Skaters ever since the team started up, while Uve joined them last season, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I think you might have... I should have done my research. Anyways, it's going to be played on Koth Viaduct today. That is a King of the Hill format. It is going to be a single control point in the middle of the map that the teams are going to be fighting over. The control of the control point starts the countdown of a 3-minute timer. Once that reaches 0, you have won the round, and we are going to restart. Goes up to 4 rounds to win, and without further ado, let's get to the action.
And here we are in the game. Koth Viaduct. It's going to be another snowy day. Some people actually forget that it snows on Koth Viaduct. Man, weather effects. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters in the blue, rolling in through the middle. They're going to set up on the right-hand side here. Looks like on the opposing side, Reptile's going to bomb in with that Indian headdress of his. Take out Kalkin, the blue demo man, and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters a little roughed up. A little bit of a slip and a fall off of their board. They're going to fall back, and Oob getting taken down, but Harblue able to escape with TLR and their Kritzkrieg. So Ducky on the heavy weapons guy right from the start, able to slow things down. CB going to get his Uber, and the initial control of the point going to Team Dynamic here. Dummy catching Uve as he walks out the door with a nice trap there. And once again, another bomb kind of slipping in underneath the camera, but Reptile dealt with. The battalion's backup that I was talking about is in effect, but of course a Kritzkrieg against an Uber. Uber going to be able to use safely, so Tony Hawk Pro Skater is just going to back up. Surely they knew that was how it was going to play out. Ducky getting a kill while Uv and Dave AC picking up some of their own. Dave AC actually getting a kill on CB in the madness there, while rest of the team dynamic starting to falter down. There's Reptile again on the outside. Might be looking for another bomb in here as Tony Hawk Pro Skaters take control of the point. I love Tony Hawk Pro Skaters back in the day. The third was really one of my favorite additions, although I played the shit out of the second one on PlayStation. Got me through some rough times. Excuse me, still a little sick, so we got a little raspy berry white going on here. Team Dynamic just hanging back. Bloodsire running sniper. Hardblue actually taking a ton of damage from Reptile there as he bombs in. Going to be able to easily pick out a lot of these players as we get used to the unusual hats that they are wearing. Oh, and you see the horn battle cry as Battalion's backup in the auras in effect. Man, this is really an interesting use of this weapon, and it's sparked a debate in the community. I gotta say that, you know, I think it is particularly suitable on Viaduct, and you know, Viaduct sees a lot of craziness. We're gonna see a lot of craziness throughout this match, but you know, we'll just have to we'll talk about it as it comes. And meantime, I mean, I'm also not going to be able to keep up with all the action of Viaduct all game long. You guys are going to have to use your own eyes to see, wow, a ton of madness back and forth. Viaduct is just non-stop action. Like, CB went down, Reptile got some good kills there, and Sizer as well. Sizer tearing some shit up. So Bloodsire is still on sniper. No sniper yet from Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. I do have to say we are going to see some Sydney Sleeper as well in this match, and that is another interesting unlock that proves to be very useful on Viaduct itself, but it's yet to be seen how it will play out across other maps. Viaduct and the Koth maps so unique versus the other styles of TF2 maps, but that's something that I love about TF2. Gravel Pit is very different from Badlands. Badlands is very different from Viaduct. Red team just hanging back, you know, trying to work this Uber, trying to get it ready. He's about to have it. Coming in here. Ducky picks off Kalkin, but now the Battalion's backup. They're going to focus on the heavy with that backup. And now using their own Uber after CB fades. He was using the Uber to try and protect Ducky. Ducky now very low health, taken out. Bloodsire gets a snipe on Dave AC, but TLR coming in, Reptile and the Dynamic squad able to hold off the rush of skaters coming at him. The roll, excuse me, I don't know. Reptile moving forward, stealing the health pack on the right-hand side. Additionally, I think the existence of two large health packs, you know, helps the ability to charge the backup. It's not like you're sitting on control point 2 of Granary with just one easily accessible health pack. There's two very close by. Ton of pressure by the pro skaters coming in here. CB left alone trying to needle down 4 players. That would have been a moment of glory, but didn't quite work out for him. Now, you know, the dynamics of Viaduct and King of the Hill is so very interesting to me. It's such a back and forth. Right now, Tony Hawk Pro Skaters have control of the point. They have an Uber. Reptile bombing in, but very strong pop from Hardblue actually keeps all of his health, which was very good. Knew exactly when Reptile's rocket was about to come in and get him, and popped it early. Dave gets kill on Bloodsire. Sizer goes down as well to TLR. Dave AC is wearing the black Dr. Seuss hat, while TLR is in the white Viking helm. Calcum in the flaming green hat, and actually I'm not entirely sure how the scouts are hatted up. Oh well, I should include the hats in the team lineup, I guess, right? So you know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater has been able to hold on to the point. Dynamic only now starting to pressure, and they're going to have to get a capture here to kick this into overtime and then hold it for another 30 seconds. TLR getting popped into the air by Reptile, who then goes down to Uv. Dynamic in control of the point, but the the backups battalion and the Uber in effect. So really, Dynamic just has to fall back. Nothing they can do to stop that. Those power-ups, essentially, that's what they are, coming in full effect for Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Looks like Uve is in the bowler hat, while Valen's got the unusual bonk helm with crazy pink flames. Very impressive. Now 1-0 for Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, and the point being battled over right now. Reptile jumping in, and this time picks off TLR, who of course with that battalion's backup is without his shotgun. And Bloodsire getting a snipe on Dave AC. Hardblue picked up a kill on Reptile with his needles. We just kind of caught the end of that as Hardblue goes P-Rec bookmark. If you're not aware of P-Rec, well actually, that's funny, that's just a bind because P-Rec is disabled when you're using the ESEA POV client's demo recording, because it ESEA client doesn't allow for add-ons. So anyways, nerve fact. Both Ubers on the point right now. Team Dynamic does have control over it. The countdown ticker at the top incorrectly says overtime. It gets sorted out later. And now we see the first appeal of Uve with the Sydney Sleeper. He got a body shot kill on CB before Bloodsire returned the favor and takes out Hardblue. Now the Sydney Sleeper is at an unlock. As you can see in the distance, it's faded now, but Ducky was Girardi'd because he was shot with the Sydney Sleeper. So Sydney Sleeper does not allow for headshots, but you know, due to that Girardi effect, it really is a fantastic counter against a heavy weapons guy. This is not actually it is a fully charged headshot to a heavy weapons guy will take him out in one shot. It won't give him like good old TFC days, but it will still take him out. But you know, that'd have to be fully charged. Right now, look at this. He just threw a Girardi in here. He gets two players with the Girardi. That of course throwing your urine on another player embarrasses them so much that they're taking mini crit damage. Those Girardis are such huge effects. So the Sydney Sleeper's really gotten discovered this season, and is being put into use, and a fair trade-off. Although on the beta server, Valve increased the charge time where the sniper rifle picks up damage as you have the scope up. It increased that charge time by 25%. So if they implement that into the game, the Sydney Sleeper is going to be very powerful. And also right there, Dummy was Girardi'd, tried to go for the jump, did too much damage to himself, and killed himself. So very interesting. So Tony Hawk Pro Skaters have the point and are putting a ton of damage down as TLR jumping in here with just his rocket launcher, no shotgun, and getting a kill on CB. Also interesting about the battalion's backup, I mean, it is kind of something that you would want your pocket to have, since your pocket soldier is soaking up damage. He is without his shotgun. His shotgun, a very helpful tool for dealing with the scouts. Also, then, if your roamer has the gunboats, all of a sudden you have no shotguns for your soldiers on the field. Very interesting. And again, this battalion's backup is a very, very strong counter to the heavy, because the heavy jumps out, spits out a ton of damage at once. Even spits out damage right, you know, somebody right in your face. It's a ton of damage at once. If you have the battalion's backup, you're able to soak up that damage and then just pound the heavy with a bunch of shots right at the same time. So, yeah, very good counter to the heavy, who, of course, is pretty prevalent and a pretty prominent part of Dynamic's strategy here. So, you know, and a very good delay by Tony Hawk Pro Skater on getting that Uber Scout on the point and slowing down Dynamic's capture of the point. We're in for quite a match, and this is Viaduct. Going to be a lot of talking ahead of me. So, ton of battling. Uve picked off a couple more players. Very helpful. Bloodsire, I mean, is counter sniping Uve and is doing a solid job of it, but Uve is still just able to get some kills in there. Ducky jumping forward picks out TLR, while Kalkin somewhere gets a kill on Sizer. Very weird. Interesting. I think there was a little weird thing with the kill notices. I was messing around with the kill notices. I'm sure you guys have noticed that they're white with black kill icons. Just a little variation attempt due to how STV demos process them. But I also realized after the fact that it destroyed the critical hit. You know, red flashes on there, so I went back to a more default style. In the meantime, Dynamic trying to put a stop to the clock here. Ducky, Girardi'd, and then finished off with a second shot by Uv. So, you know, really no headshot ability there, but the follow-up shot doing more damage because his opponent is already under the effects of Girardi. And plus, you know, body shots are easier to hit, so you don't have to try to hit headshots. You're just going to get good shots out there. And we see having to deal with counter snipe by Bloodsire, but with the assist of his soldiers, able to take down Bloodsire. So this is a must-win situation for Dynamic here to put a stop to this. The crits Krieg coming out. Oh, no crits Krieg, but taken down nonetheless is Ducky. So Tony Hawk Pro Skaters move out to a 2-run advantage here. 2-round. And Team Dynamic gonna have to regain some sort of foothold here. Team after Tony Hawk Pro Skater is halfway to victory. And Reptile bombing in again, but no kills yet. Uv picks off Ducky, who was switched over to Soldier. Reptile very low health, but still surviving for at least a while. Before Sizer comes in and gets a triple kill. Oh man. Now I knew this was going to be an insane match with plenty of craziness, and Viaduct always is. And you know, we just don't have the time right now for me to sit down and edit in all of these amazing POVs. So this is just strictly a third-person camera work video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Wow, jump over the top by Ducky, who was wearing the battalion's backup, but got shoved aside while Ubered. Hard Blue trying to come in. Wow, nice pipe by Dummy though. TLR a little bit of a psych out with the equalizer. He's got 97 health, so you know you don't have full speed. Of course, if you pick up a couple more shots, you do gain faster speed with that equalizer, and finally able to escape after a little backup from Kalkin. Only 3 players up for Team Dynamic, so Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to be able to move into the point here. Of course, TLR escaping with that health. It means that he does have a charged battalion's backup. I wish that thing would glow or something when you know that there is a charge in effect. I don't think, as far as I know, I don't think that there's any call that the soldier makes similar to the medic saying, "We have Uber charge ready." There is the backup going off for both players, actually. Or actually, that is the yellow, so I think that is the, buff banner. Wow. So tough to tell the difference these days. Plus, I just get it all mixed up in my noggin. So Team Dynamic having a minute advantage over the Pro Skaters here. It's a pretty good head start. And very forward pressure here from Dynamic. The whole red team swarmed in front of that blue industry sign. CB getting on top of their cliffs. So definitely they're looking to get aggressive and keep a forward pressure, forward presence. But look at this, TLR coming up from behind, and fantastic bomb on CB, takes him out. Gets Reptile as well, Valen helping him out. Alright, bit of a technical difficulty there, but we are back with the commentary. Actually, the video I was watching was like totally all blacked out. I was like, but here we are back in the game, and I'm with you guys again. So we are, you know, Tony Hawk Pro Skaters is trying to make a recovery here on the clock. Ooh, with a great hiding spot there, jumps out on Reptile before he gets a chance to jump forward. Calkin picking up a pair of kills as well, trying to get bum rushed down by Sizer, but good protection by TLR ensures that Calkin stays safe, and Tony Hawk Pro skaters stay in control of the board. Oh, Reptile getting kick flipped up in the air. And sounds like the battalion backup getting sounded once again. TLR tossing him up. Bloodsire up, actually back on top of the railing. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater is getting cleared out. Sizer doing work. He's really been doing a great job all game. Scout with a ton of experience, and experience counts so much. It's not just a steady hand that seals the deal. It's also a great set of brains behind the controller. Dummy picks off Oov with some nice stickies. Reptile getting pressured, but skirts away safely. He's not a skater after all, so he's skirting. Reptile getting back into the scene though with help from his teammates Buff Banner. I guess the Buff Banner just being used as a sort of emotional counter. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to take the point back, running down the last minutes on their clock. But still 18 seconds is all that Dynamic has, so with a recapture they're going to be doing pretty good. Reptile taking down to 7 damage, and he is done. Ducky takes out, ooh, a big jump in from Ducky this time. Not Reptile, who's already down. But forces the pop, the buff, back up, going out again, in effect. Sizer moving in on Hard Blue, takes him out. Just got a kill on Dave AC prior to that. Bloodsire comes in, helps him finish off TLR. Wow, Sizer on a tear. Takes out Oov, and 10 seconds left. Dynamic, very well beat up, but nobody from Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to be able to come in here. Basically, actually just last ditch efforts. Getting on the point, blown off by some stickies though, is Calkin. Great jump in by Valen, takes out CB. Do Tony Hawk Pro Skaters have a chance to keep their combo going? Looks like Oov does. Gets the capture. Dummy down at 76 health. Wow. Ooh, great work there. Scout on demo. Should be able to close the distance and get the kill. 12 seconds left on the clock. Dynamic starting to swarm in here with some scouts. And their medic is here getting some heals out. CB took some damage though. But looks like we could get a double overtime situation. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters coming back in here. Dynamics just got to finish this cap. Oh, and there it is. Looks like Dummy and Reptile getting that last bit of damage needed, taking out Valen and Harblue to secure the point. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters still in a 2-1 lead in this TF2 game of horse. Reptile bombing once again as Tony Hawk Pro Skaters continue to use the same rollout. Reptile got taken out fairly easily, put a good amount of damage down, but now it's TLR who's doing work, taking out CB and Ducky. Still players on the point, backup being sounded, and here comes the charge, but Bloodsire actually put a ton of damage on Valen, but did not finish up the cap, which really, if you just stayed on there for another second before you made his jump in, this would have been a drastically different middle fight. I mean, this whole round is a middle fight, but you know. Jumping over the top here. And blasted away. Ducky started the game off on heavy, but has been staying soldier for quite a while now. Here comes the battalion's backup once again. Just really, Viaduct is, the spawns stay in one spot, so controlling the point doesn't really change the spawns of your opponent, how far away they are. So you kind of always know where they're going to be coming from, and it's definitely a back and forth. And having the battalion's backup to just be able to walk into your opponent is a huge boost. There it is once again. So TLR, I mean, just showing his ability to stay alive, take damage, and charge up that backup. Bonk Scout. Bonk very effective in all forms of play, and helping the scouts get behind enemy lines. You imbibe it, and you're invulnerable while you can run around. You can't shoot though, so it's just used for scouting. Reptile down to very low health though, 51. And Dynamic in control of the point. They have to a minute of time to make up for before they start getting a lead on Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Battle going on in the distance as we see both the scouts engaging, both pairs of scouts. Oh, but Valen CB backs up right into him. TLR jumping over the top here, picked out of the air by Sizer. Oh, great shots there. He ended up getting taken out by Uv, who's sneaking away to the health pack. But Dynamic still in control. They are definitely hurting in terms of numbers. Starting to fall back a little bit, it seems. Wow, great kill by Valen, though. Getting really aggressive. Now starting to push up on CB again. Uv comes in as well. Bloodsire going down, so as well as CB, excuse me, I just saw that in the top, taken out by Kalkin. So Dynamic really storming in. Sorry, excuse me. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters really storming in. I think Dynamic knew that they had the numbers disadvantage. They were starting to back out, but then CB just like walked right out there, and they tried to use their respawns to reassert control, but they'd already lost that territory. So just really difficult to push in like that. Good kill by Dummy. And now, yeah, Ducky jumping in aggressively forces the pop. The Tony Hawk Pro Skaters are pushing out afterwards. They've been able to surpass Dynamic's time quite a bit, extending that minute lead. Bloodsire, 2 headshots in a row, getting Harblue on the second one. Dave AC responds, jumps up there, kills Bloodsire. Sizer going down as well after picking up a kill of his own. But again, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is still in control of the point. It's like a game of tag, and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters have put a fat combo on this point. Now, Dynamic, good numbers on the point. I think Tony Hawk Pro Skaters were trying to rally in here to slow this down. Oh, the horn coming out from the red side, just jumping in there is Ducky. Very low health though. I'll use that buff banner. Yeah, one decent shot on TLR, but he just uses it to charge the backup, and they're gonna come in here. A couple players under its effects. Now the jump over the top, but not gonna do as much damage. Uber coming in, wow, walks right up to Harblue, takes him out. Dummy getting a kill in the process. 2 kills, excuse me. Just in the nick of time. Of course, time is of the essence. And they are going to have to hold on to this for the full minute 20. That is pretty difficult to end in Koth, as usually about a minute is usually when another team... oh, hi, what's up, Shedder? At KeekerDC, that's Chris Shedder. He was online. I actually disabled all my notifications except for, you know, a couple friends that are still, I guess, notifying. And what up, Shedder? You guys should definitely check out his website, KeekerDC.com, where he has some very, very awesome blog posts. CB, once again, trying to needle down 4 players as he's the last one standing. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to move into a 3-1 lead, which is going to trigger the half change. So now the teams have changed colors, changed sides. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters now in red. Team Dynamic now in your bottom left of the health bars as Team Blue. So now Reptile still in his feather headdress, of course. Just jumping up to see what is going on, but not pushing in. Buff backup coming in already. Or actually, no, maybe that was on Dynamic's side. Could have gone either way. Sizer getting dealt with by Valen. Now Tony Hawk Pro Skater's in control of the point, going to fall back a little bit. Get reset up, pick up some health packs, some ammos. See what Dynamic can get going on here. Reptile jumping up top to the railing there. And just spam coming out as Tony Hawk Pro Skater's just trying to keep Dynamic at bay. Looks like the Sydney Sleeper is out once again as Uve gets a kill on Sizer. The Uber pop by Dynamic and jumping in here. Reptile not doing a whole lot of damage. Now having to jump away. CB getting hunted down in the house. Going to be wow, surviving for quite a while so far. Now finally taken out by TLR, who is down to just his rockets. Wow, great kill on. Actually, I don't know if he got the kill or if he got assisted by somebody there. Ducky ended up killing himself with that explosion, and looks like Dynamic going to be able to recapture the point. Oh, brief pause here. Oh, and looks like we're back. We're gonna see a HUD reload here in just a second. There we go. Fix the clocks. So Dynamic, yep, there they go. Recapturing the point. And starting their clock ticking down as Tony Hawk Pro Skater is able to knock off a minute 17 off of it. Reptile taken out shortly after getting Girardi. Ducky is back on heavy weapons, but with the Sydney Sleeper in effect, might not be the best strategical decision for Dynamic. We'll have to see how that plays out. DLR taking out Bloodsire. Still a little bit of animation glitches going around due to the restart, but surely once everybody dies, we'll be back to normal. A little bit of a weird sentence there, but hey, that's how video games work. Hey, boo boo. Let's go get some picnic baskets. I don't know why that came out, but hey, Yogi Bear is pretty funny, except when he's voiced by Dan Aykroyd. Reptile stomping on Calkin. Also, JT was much better in the Social Network than I imagine his voice work as Boo Boo Bear. Then again, I only saw the trailer. He could have been the highlight of that movie as well. But I'm definitely getting distracted as I'm not talking about skating or Team Fortress 2. But the bonk juice coming out, skating in and out of that control point without any damage taken. Fantastic control. Manual, if you will. Haven't seen too many varials yet. Christ Airs. Guess that's been TLR all game, and Dave AC flying around like madmen. The rocket jump kind of looks like it, you know. He's just not holding his board out. TLR jumping in on the top here of the grating. Gets thrown back by Ducky. Picks up the health back there. Actually, kind of an important move. Just like Quake, those things only come back once every 10 seconds. And picking them up does, you know, hurt the warfare capabilities of your opposing team. Sydney Sleeper finding victims once again. Team Dynamic in control at this point, though, still trying to catch up on the clock. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater starting to push back in. Get a recapture here. Reptile getting behind, picking up the health pack as well. Only has 105 though. Not gonna stop Uve from looking forward though. Looking for a snipe. Reptile still able to sneak away from everybody. I think finally now he's coming back in. Yep, there he is. Good Uber by Hardloo though. Down to 40 health, but staying alive. And Uve is the one who ends up finishing off Reptile. The Uber from Dynamic here. Ducky's been hit with the Girardi though. Looks like that Uber does protect against getting fresh Girardi'd, which is nice. That's what invincibility should do. If I was invincible, I'd feel upset if I was covered in piss. So it's nice that Uber works out like that. Girardi and Milk do stack, by the way. Random note. Random note.
60 seconds.
So Dynamic still have a stronghold here, but if Tony Hawk Pro Skaters are able to recapture, those 15 seconds will go by very quickly, and definitely can win this round here with just a quick capture. But Dynamic is holding off, getting 4 kills. Hard Blue did not have any Uber to protect himself, and it looks like Tony Hawk Pro Skaters were a little too adventuresome with that trick attempt.
30 seconds.
Instead of looking really cool, they ended up busting their faces. That happens when you skate. But you know, the great thing about skate videos and frag videos is that nobody sees your mistakes. Unless it's blooper reel, but yeah, you know, whatever. The backup coming out again. So it looks like the backup is you know, color based. I was totally wrong about that earlier. You know, there is no buff banner being used, and I'm not really sure how you tell the difference. To be honest, I don't use either of those weapons in public play, or has he switched over to the buff banner just to keep the trolls going? It's so hard to tell.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I guess your weapons glow when you're buffed, right? I'm sure we'll get some answers to that in the comments to this video. Please discuss all the intricacies of TF2 unlockables, the differences in the effects between the buff banners and the battalion's backup. Very crucial. Both 2B words. Alliteration is easily rememberable. Reptile Girardi'd by that Sydney Sleeper. And now coming in very aggressively with the Uber. Oob in the meantime though, right above his head, gets a kill on Ducky. Reptile trying to jump up to deal with that. And he must be on gunboats. He's just throwing rockets around.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Personally, love my shotgun. But you know, the flexibility of the gunboats and being able to jump around like a madman is very important.
Alert. Our control point is being
So
captured.
Reptile still going nuts, just jumping all over the place. Dynamic about to regain control of the point here.
Point is being contested.
Ducky getting a kill on Oof. Holding it down as a heavy should. CB just ducked around the corner. I'm not sure who he's... Yeah, now he's healing up Reptile. Has a bunch of players left to buff. TLR getting blasted back as he's trying to jump in. Reptile not able to actually do much damage at all to Hard Blue there. Ducky Ubered, but now we have an Uber Scout coming in. And the Uber in response by Dynamic. Just a little feint there. Ubers are faded, so back to destructive players. And TLR just working the clips with his team, so.
Our control point is being captured.
Kalkin takes a few shots there, but not too damaged. Now with Ducky getting in his face, though. Looks like the battalion backup being put into effect once again. Ducky getting hit with the Sydney Sleeper Girardi, and then takes a rocket for mini crit damage going away, falling away. And Valen clearing up Slicer as he's moving in. So Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to have to be able to hold on to this point for quite a while. And surely Dynamic with that Uber are planning their next push. Let's see where it comes from. Looks like stairs is where Reptile is. CB's back there as well. Not able to get the Uber on Reptile, or maybe just not wanting to push yet. With Ducky and his scouts around him, as well as Dummy Girardi though. So that Sydney Sleeper just kind of putting a stop to Dynamic's offensive plans as they want to push in, but with Dummy, you know, under the effects of Girardi, how can he get in there? A lot of this Uber burned just on his heavy weapons. Looks like actually all of it just on that heavy, and I wouldn't say it was particularly proactive. He just stayed on that heavy, and they just kind of walked towards the point, and he stayed on the heavy and looked at his teammates, and then left the heavy after the Uber was fading, and Ducky got stomped on. But you know, they do have control of the point, and the clock is running down, so this round is going Dynamic's way. Cognac Pro Skater trying to move back in here. Reptile coming in over the top. Very nice rocket on Hardblue. Tries to get away, not quite. Ooh, finishes him off. But Tony Hawk Pro Skaters falling down once again. And they are not getting up anytime soon. Except until the next round starts. And then they'll be back to normal. It's not how it works in real skating either, I know. It's kind of weird. 3-3 tie, so we are down to the final round, and this is going to be it. This is for all the skateboards. And Hardblue running the Kritzkrieg again. Actually, yeah, they are rolling out on the same side, cliff side once more. Jump over the top here. But Reptile now fading away, not getting too aggressive on Hardblue. TLR takes enough shots to be able to put the backup into effect right away. A lot of other players down for Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, though. And they're going to be giving up the point. They do have the Kritzkrieg, though. See where TLR goes, if he can reconnect with his medics here. Reptile running out does not pick up the health. Maybe an interesting choice there. Oof finishes off with a light scratch of his shot from his scattergun. Ducky getting moved in on by both the scouts and Kalkin, so taking a ton of damage very quickly here. But here comes CB and the Dynamic crew with their Uber. They got 15 seconds off the clock initially. Now they have to get a recapture here to stop Tony Hawk Pro Skaters' clock getting ahead of theirs. TLR picks up a kill on Dummy as he comes in from the cliffs. Great dodging there from Hardblue. Still down to about 90 health, though. Sizer picks off Dave AC, while Bloodsire finishes off Tyler. TLR. Ducky fairly fully buffed, and Dynamic trying to keep the pressure on here. Nothing that came before this matters. This is the final round. Whoever wins this one wins the match. Both soldiers on top are flooding out from the house side. Here's the Kritzkrieg on the soldier now. CB definitely caught. Then Kalkin killed him with a regular sticky, not a crit sticky. An excellent run in there by Sizer. Kills Hardblue, and then wow, still alive. I thought he had gone down there, but actually still got Kalkin before TLR finished him off. So Sizer again playing a key role in Dynamic's plans. But, you know, not able to stop the capture. See if they can recapture here, though. Getting a couple kills. Reptile finished off by Valen, though. Also picked off Dummy. Takes the bonk, and he's going to be able to skate out of there once again. Wow, then comes from behind and finishes off Bloodsire. Wow. Close-up meat shot by Sizer. Puts an end to that. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater is storming in here once again. Look at those moves. They must have learned those from the Birdman himself. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, clock is counting down. 30 seconds is the current gap between them and Dynamic. The scouts trying to poke and prod from Dynamic here, see what's going on. Now starting to fall back. Ingesting a bonk juice is one of them, who Sizer, probably the one at 15 health, falling back. Picks up the health pack. Clocks are about even now as Reptile jumps in, and Dynamic wants to re-exert control over the point. Dave AC getting caught out, and the battalion's backup being called out once again. So it looks like Dynamic finally going to be able to get their retake on here. Reptile pretty damaged up, and Ducky very far forward. I guess just trying to help out Reptile. Almost totally over this cough. Clock ticking down. Move starts things off though with a kill on Bloodsire, and now it looks like the skaters are going to establish their presence here. Take control of this control park. That's right, I called it a park. Clock's still very close. And a little bit of a psych call, fake call from CB there though. Nobody close enough to hear it. CB and Dynamic pushing in here. Reptile jumping up in the air once again. See what he can see. Ducky taken out by Kalkin. So Dynamic, a man down. There's the Uber charge by CB. Hard Blue popping his a little bit later. And Red has a slight extra time on it. Jumping over the top. And CB just getting cornered by Valen and TLR. Little dual heal by TLR and Reptile. Reptile trying to get away here. Wow, throws out that rocket. Ends up hitting hitting Ducky as he rolls out. Dummy and Reptile very hurt. Reptile picks up a health pack. Dummy's still very lit. And now the seconds on the clock are getting closer and closer to 0. Dynamic gonna have to recapture here, but just a scout on the point. See if, oh, there they go. They do complete it. But 14 seconds is not really enough time for a full another changeover. Tony Hawk Pro Skaters can recapture. They might have the match here. Looks like ×4 going to take it. 12 seconds. Dynamics got to make something happen here, but with CB down, Reptile's having to jump in here. Does some damage, and the Uber popped again by Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Maybe a little earlier than they would have liked, but it looks like it's going to hold and be a fantastic win for Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. So Tony Hawk Pro Skaters have picked up wins over all the top teams within these first 4 games of the season and are off to a rolling start. So good luck to those guys in the rest of the season, and thanks for tuning in for this very long episode of eXtelevision. Check you guys next time. As always, I'm eXtine. Peace out.